Hey everybody, I'm Johnny from John Lathrop Physical Therapy, here today with Bobby Kiernan at Reebok CrossFit on 5th Avenue in New York City. Bobby, how's it going?
Going good, John. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So I just wanted Bobby first to give a little background.
All right, guys. Again, my name is Bobby Kiernan. I'm the head coach here at Reebok CrossFit 5th Ave. We've been open now for a little over 3 years, and the box is continuing to grow, just like the sport of fitness and CrossFit across the world.
Awesome. Yeah, I definitely see a growth and a change in popularity. It's becoming huge over the past 2 to 3 years, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think as it becomes more popular, I definitely see more patients who are involved in CrossFit and trying to improve their form in a lot of exercises. The two exercises that I see, however, where people complain the most about how their form may be causing injuries are their inability to properly perform a snatch and even a deadlift. So when I take a look at them, I'll have them do these movements, usually without weight, and then kind of take a look at their joints and how they move. And I often see the inability to raise their arms straight over the head with a snatch. And when I assess this, I often see limited range of motion of the shoulder. I think that this could be the cause of their shoulder injuries or even their back injuries if they're compensating by overarching their back. And then when watching them do the deadlift, I just often see them not quite hinging from their hips, unable to really use their glutes well enough and just overcompensating from the lower back. So the injuries that this could cause, disc problems, muscle strains in the lower back, as far as the shoulder, possibly rotator cuff strains and labral tears. But I just wanted to see if these were common issues that you see when watching these athletes perform these two exercises, or what you do see.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely has to do a lot with positioning and lack of mobility. It also has to do with good form. Like you said, it could be stemming from the first pull off the ground where they're getting out of position immediately, or where they're finishing their pull, or again their lack of range of motion and lack of mobility to successfully perform the movements.
Awesome. So is it cool if we have you demonstrate these exercises? First, I want to see the best form.
Absolutely.
And then I want to see you demonstrate what you find are the common errors in these two exercises. All right, and then we'll finish off with talking about how to further prevent it. And we'll go from there.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, guys, the first lift I'm going to go over is the snatch. In snatch, there's a few common errors that we see on a daily basis that I'm going to show you in my third and fourth lift. The first and second lift will be perfect lifts. Basically, what I'm looking for in the setup is shoulders over the bar, nice tight back, hamstrings nice and relaxed. First common error that I always find is the first pull, either shooting the hips up early or beginning to bend the arms early. I'm going to show those two in the third lift. In our fourth lift, I'm going to show a common error of bouncing the bar away from your body, getting it too far out, and again, putting you in a bad position.
Go for it.
The second lift that we're going to go over, guys, is the deadlift. Again, one of the most important lifts that we have here in CrossFit because it's your initial pull off the ground to your waist. I'm going to show two good lifts to start, and on the second two lifts, I'm going to show two common errors that we find. One is shooting the hips up early. Two is going to be the loss of lumbar.
Go for it.
All right, guys, just to recap the snatch. In that first pull, you're making sure that you're sweeping the knees back, loading up the hamstring, maintaining that tight lower back and upper back so that bar is staying nice and tight to the body. As far as popping that bar off the hip, right, we want to maintain that bar nice and tight to the body, nice tight upper back, so it's a good high pull so that you're in a good catching and receiving position.
And then as far as injury prevention for this exercise, making sure you have adequate range of motion in the shoulders, to prevent those rotator cuff tears, labral injuries, and even lower back sprains and strains.
As far as the second movie that we went over was the deadlift. And again, the common faults that we see are shooting the hips up early or the loss of lumbar. A good way to think about beating that is raising your hips and your chest together at the same time and keeping that bar nice and tight to the body.
And again, maintaining that lumbar posture, that lower back posture, using your glutes, hinging from the hips. So making sure, once again, that your glutes are active in the exercise is key for, once again, preventing lower back injuries. Now, if you have any questions at all regarding how to improve your range of motion of your shoulder or how to get your glutes more involved in these exercises, please email me and I'll give you more information on these. jblathrop@gmail.com, or please contact Bobby if you have any questions on these exercises or any further exercises. And Bobby, how can they get a hold of you?
Thanks, Sean. At Bobby at CrossFit Reebok 5th Avenue.com, or come pay us a visit right on the corner of 37th and 5th.
Awesome. Thanks, Bobby.
Thanks, Sean. Bye-bye.